Hello everybody, welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Shama Trades. So this week we are continuing to do our analysis as usual. So we are going to start with the DXY from a larger time frame. And as you can see very well, we are still on a strong downtrend. DXY is still on a strong downtrend. Now let's do some analysis on DXY on 4-hour time frame. One thing I have realized, you can see we have a support area around here, and also we have a support area around here. So this is the main support area, and this is the minor support area. And as you can see very clearly, the market break both support areas, and currently the market is retesting at around the minor support area. So it's a bit challenging to see the market around here, because we don't know if this is the market is going to hold around here, or the market is going to retrace more back to the main area before now turning bearish. Now, one thing I have to realize is this. For me to distinguish if this is the main support area, is this one. I will go and use something called fib level from that area to that area. Now, as you can see clearly, the market is not yet exactly to my fib level. The market is not yet exactly to my fib level. What I would want to see is that DXY will retrace a little bit further inside the box, then coming out of the box, retest, then that one will be more good to see, or that one will be more good for me to have an entry on DXY. So what I want to do on DXY is this. I will draw a trend line here, a minor trend line here, and see if the market decided to break around here, give me a retest, then I will take that trade to the downside. Or if the market decided that it will come to main zone, which I expected more to see, then break and retest again, then that will be the perfect entry for DXY. So currently we can see the DXY is still on a downtrend, but one thing we have to note that the market might reverse from this area and break to the downside, or the market might retrace a little bit longer to the main trend line, because as you can see clearly, if the market retraces to the main trend line, we have three best confluence. One, we have a trend line. Then two, we have a support and resistance. And now three, also we have a fib level. So if these three strategy meet exactly at this area, then that one will be a perfect match for me to enter DXY for a sell setup. So that's all for DXY. Let's go to another pair and see. Another pair also that I want to check is USD-CHF. Currently, we don't have to see much on USD-CHF because the market still, I don't like the retracement. The retracement is still shallow or too small for me to think of continuing with a sell setup. So what I want to see more like this. I want to see more like this. Want to see more like this to this, around this area, maybe to touch this trend line. Then if that market break retest, then that will be the perfect match for me to enter on USD CHF. So this currently this week and next week, maybe I don't think if I'm going to check on USD CHF, or I'm going to have any entry on USD CHF until what I want to see on USD CHF formed. Now, the next pair also I'm going to check is USD card. As we can see, let me remove this entry here. This one, we are done with this one. So we are now looking for another thing. We are seeing we have here a double bottom. One sign of a double bottom is showing us that the market is reversing. This is a one pattern that shows us the market is reversing. So there is a chances that this area might break, retest, then continuing to the upside around maybe this area. That's one confluence I can say on USD card. Then the second confluence that I might look this coming week is we can see very clearly this was our support, this was our break, market retested. We have our first wave here. Now the market is coming to our second wave around here. So this is our first wave. We enter this trade around here. We make this profit. Around here, market retraced, take us out with some of the profit, went back exactly to our area, our TP area around here. Now that's one was our first wave. Now what I'm looking to see if the market might do some more retracement to this area, because now this is my important area. One, the market is at a trend line. Also, it's aligned with our support and resistance and also the fib level. So what I'm going to do, I will just draw a trend line here, wait to see if the market will break, retest, then I will take that trade for a sale. So that's all on a USD card. Let's go to another pair. Another pair is USD JPY. Now, USD JPY is a little bit complicated because the markets already break the trend line. And I told you earlier, I will not update this trend line to this area around here because the markets not yet break this support here. Until the market break this support and this support maybe around here, then I will update this trend line to pass, I think, around this area. So for now, I'm continuing to check. The first thing that I want to check if the market will come around here. Then this one is our support of first wave, second wave, maybe that wave. I've never traded that wave, but this one I will not trade. So I will check and see what the market will do around this area. If the market break this area, then I will be more confident to wait for the retest before now changing my bias from bearish to bullish, because that now will indicate that the market is now changing the trend from now bearish to bullish. Maybe the market will do a little more retracement around here before now changing the bias to bullish. But now that one is, I'm not very clearly about that one. So this week, I think the market has not, USD JPY has not given me a clear direction yet. So this one, I will just leave it and wait for the next week and see if the market will be already breaking to the upside or the downside. Then from there, I will now know the correct direction of the market. Now let's go to GJ. GJ did exactly as I was told you on my previous video. If you have checked my previous video, I draw this counter trend line around here, and I told you I want this market to break this counter trend line, retest, then I will take that trade for a buy. And as you can see clearly, the market break my trend line here, retested to this level. I wait the market to give me as little sign of a bullish around here. Then I enter the trade here. My stop loss was around here. Risk to reward ratio was 1:5. I get the trade 1:5. As long as the market reach my 1:5 risk to reward ratio, I exited out of the trade. So on GBP JPY, I get that 5% risk to reward ratio. So for now, I don't have a clear information about GJ yet. Let me see and wait the market. Maybe it can show us more, or to build up another setup. Then we will have an entry also on that setup. Next one, let me see NAS 100. NAS 100, I wanted this market to do something more retracement, maybe to this area. Then maybe I can take to the upside. But NASDAQ did not do anything like that. So I will just leave it like that for this week also. I don't have a good setup. Also on US 30, just leave the same as NASDAQ. Maybe this market might want to do some few retracement to this area, then I will consider a buy in this area. But currently, I don't have anything on NASDAQ and US 30. So for those two, I will just leave it for next week. Another pair, this is Euro USD. As you remember very well, Euro USD is the same thing as DXY. So whatever we want to see here, I want to see some more retracement around here, this level to my exact trend line around here, then break, retest, then that will be a good sign for me to look for a buy after retest, maybe around this area. Then I will look for a buy on Euro USD. Now, this is a bit challenging. This is GBP USD. This is GBP USD. I remember I entered this trade on the second leg around here, but immediately I enter, the market start reversing at me and waiting and start reversing very quickly. Then I got out of trade around here. I think around here, market did not hit my stop loss exactly, because the market, I think it was we did have a news, or I don't know why the market was reacting like that, but I just got out of the trade before the market stopped me out with I think I lost half of what I expected to lose on that trade. So this is what I did. As you always know, I was always telling you guys, for GU, don't enter the trade on your first leg like this one. If the market reverses the first time, never enter the trade on GU on the first leg. Wait the market to show you a sign of bullish. Then wait the market to reverse to give you something like double bottom. Then on that double bottom now, start looking for an entry to buy. But this first one, GBP USD always reverse, always give you something like double bottom. If you can see here, we have here 1 and 2. Around here, we have 1 and 2. Around here, we have this one on a retest 1 and 2. Around here, we have 1 and 2. So every time GBP USD always have a sign of a double bottom. Now you can see even around here, we have now 1 and 2. But I think this was not the main one. I think now this is the main one around here. So now we have 1. Let me remove this thing. Let's remove all of them. So I think now we have 1 around here, and now we have 2 around here. So the market has already swept the liquidity. I think as I was one of them. Now after that one, now I drew this outwards trend line. This was the first touch. This was the second touch, and now this is the third touch around here. Now I'm waiting to see one thing. This one. If the market decided to sell, I will wait this market in this area around here. Why? Because This was our support, or this was our resistant area, and the market was held here for more than 4-5 times, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This area was market hold this area for more than 6 times. So this shows you that this area is a very strong support area. That is first confluence. Apart from being strong support area, we can also see our trend line around this area. Now this market will hold you on exactly the trend line. Will hold, you will have two confluence. One is the trend line, the second one is a very strong support and resistance area. Now if the market now retraces to this area and still have some sign of a bullish, the market will have to break this minor trend line, counter trend line here, then give me a retest. Then I think that trade will be now ready for a buy. But if this market decided to remain in this area, what I will want to see, I will want to see this market break this counter trend line around here, give me a very clear retest. Then that one, I will be ready now to have my trade here, my stop loss around here. I enter around here, then I will take this market to the upside for a buy. So those two confluence is what I'm expecting to see for this week. Now for the last one is gold. Gold, I think I did not have enough entry or something that can look for like a better entry for me to enter, even though the market reversed exactly to the area where I wanted it to reverse to, this area. So I think last week I drew this counter trend line around here. So the market did break, but the breakout was not that clear one, because as you can see, the market just break with wicks. The market just break with wicks, because as you can see clearly, we have a support and resistance around this area. So what I wanted to see, I wanted the market to break this level around here to show me the change of direction around here, then give me a good retest before now I have a clear entry on that. So this one did not give me that clear break or change of direction. And if you can see the retracement, how the market retraced, it was not that clear even for me to draw my counter trend line around here before now the market breaking and start bullishing. So what I want to see now this week on gold, because now the market is exactly on our trend line. First thing, if the market decided to change direction for a sell, now that will be a different thing. But if the market still have the confluence on bullish, this is what I want to see on gold. First of all, I will draw this line here, because this is the last high. I want this market to break here with a body around here, to break with a body. Then I wanted this market to retest, to give me a retest here. Then that one I will have a clear direction. I will take this trade from here, my stop loss below here. Then I will run this trade to the downside, to the upside. So for this week, what I want to check this week, I'm going to check two things, gold and GBP USD. Those are the two pairs that I'm going to consider for this coming week. So guys, thank you for watching, and continue watching my videos, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can provide this kind of video every and single week. Thank you for watching. Thank you.